then I can make it manifest. And you, if I can see it, you can see it, because God will empower you to see it. And then we start bringing it gradually to fruition. And the great news about this change is that it's permanent. This unprecedented, profoundly unprecedented in all of human history sea change that's coming is at the very hand, the finger of God. This is the shedding of the old age and the entering of the new age. This is what's coming. So this whole return of Christ thing is just a metaphor. It's not going to be literal. It doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. It's still going to happen, but in God's time. And we can all be a partner in this and be ready and be willing servants and do whatever we can. Ask, seek, knock, and he'll tell you what you can do to fight the good fight the most effectively way and parent the evildoers. Keep speaking truth to power, and everybody else that will listen. So eventually it all works its way. It's trickle up. Okay, spiritualism that we need to fix things. We need to understand how we're being tyrannized, how it all has everything to do with money and being cheated, being robbed, being stolen from. This is how they enslave people. This is how they exert power over people. They instill fear in people. It's intimidating. It's coercive what they do to the people. You understand? It's unfair. It's unjust. There's rigged rules to these games. And we've all got to get damn well very tired of it and say, no, no more. You know, if and when, not if, when, you know, God's will is accomplished on earth and we're all born rich, prosperous, wealthy, okay, and having nothing to do with money. You see, you got to use your imagination to see how that works. But when we've got plenty of all the stuff we want and need, okay, that's what's coming. That's the prosperity and the freedom and the accompanying security and all that, the bliss and all that. But, you know, we have this innate desire to serve. We are not content. Okay, we can't be satisfied. We can't be gratified unless we feel useful, serving in some capacity. Ask so many people. Look at all the volunteerism, people falling over themselves at volunteer jobs, give their labors away. I mean, and you think, well, that's great and noble and all that and wonderful, but wait a minute. What if you need a paycheck from whatever they're volunteering? I mean, by extension, what if people are volunteering for your job? How would you feel? I mean, not only are these people scabs in a union, okay, to make a comparison, but they're the ultimate scab. So not only will they work for less, they're union busters, okay, and they're putting you out on the street, taking food out of your family's mouth, okay, but these people are doing it for free. So it doesn't get better than that, right? You understand? I'm pointing out the madness and how rife and palpable, and you could cut it with a knife, okay? The madness in our society, it's rife, it's everywhere. They got us think we're all crazy. I mean, because they're crazy. The people that are steering the ship are crazy. They create the policies we live under. These are madmen. They're evildoers. They need to be parented, and it's up to you and me. Okay, the amount of tyranny we're going to get is the amount you accept, the amount I accept. So it's my fault. Blame me for the tyranny. I'm not doing more. I don't know what to do. I'm a nonviolent guy. Okay, you can write letters to you blue in the face to these people. They don't listen to individual letters. Okay, what they listen to is us uniting and saying, we see through your nonsense. Democrats and Republicans are going to come together. People that call themselves socialists and capitalists, good ones, honest ones, not the ones that are disingenuous. Okay, and the same with the conservatives and liberals. If you're real, you're real. If you're good egalitarians, you're good Americans. And then we let these people know what's what. We're coming against you. We're going to prevail. God's on our side. It's as clear as the light of day. Your days are numbered. You're going down. We want to be free. We insist on it. And if we have to die, if you're going to kill me in the process, so be it. I'm not violent, so I'm not a threat to anybody. Anybody. You know, I'm pointing out, though, the vast majority of jobs in society revolve around the problems. This is crazy, and the most important problem the establishment beast system has to keep intact is desperate poverty, because it drives the vast majority of the crime. Homicides, my friends. And you're going to say I'm radical? some bleeding heart liberal because I believe a universal basic income is triage, help thwart these evildoers that are causing these things, that are creating the policies. This is policy. We want jobs in this area. We want a lot of people employed in, remember, I love law enforcement. We need a semblance of law and order. Otherwise, you've got nothing but lawlessness and disorder. Okay, so these are like angels. I like law enforcement. Okay, I get it. They're nice guys, too. I mean, look at them. More and more I start liking I got a daughter that's thinking about being a cop. And these detectives and forensic stuff and all this, the science, I think it's fantastic. Crime solving and all that, great. Get the bad guys. I mean, sometimes I just want to, I'm opposed to capital punishment. I want to kill these guys myself. Okay, I get it. Believe me, I have to turn to God for forgiveness when I think like that. Because he says, let vengeance be mine, I will repay. I mean, I put people in ethics rehab centers, fix them, say, do you understand why what you did is so wrong? Do you get it? How that's totally intolerable what you did? Yeah, I get it. Enlighten people, educate people. And that's what I mean by ethics rehabilitation centers. Why what you did was immoral and ungodly, and it's totally unacceptable. You can't do that. Okay? But I'd do that with these top politicians, the bankster, gangster, money printing class. I'd have all of them locked up in ethics rehabilitation centers. Okay, but we've got to do something, man. We've got to do something to parent these people because they're completely out of control. But all these jobs, I mean, the dubious war, how do you think they get these started? I mean, the idea of financial benefits, financial perks in the military is very enticing. Do you understand? So that's a big reason why so many of these guys, I mean, get involved in these dubious wars, these heroes, these valiant soldiers that want nothing but for the best for the people, dying for you and I, okay? And then they're coming home and killing themselves with some 20 a day. And I'm supposed to accept this lying down, and you are? No, that's what I mean. A dubious war. Distinguish it between a just war, like kicking Hitler's butt, for example. Okay? We don't have 20 guys a day killing themselves after the Second World War. And then look at the money printing, the financial services industry. Some 25% of Americans are employed in the financial services industry to some capacity. Cut out the middleman. We don't need it anymore. Send us checks directly. We'll figure it out. You understand? We can make it all easy, get more automation. It would spur innovation. No more commuter traffic on the freeways. Solve all our problems. Get plenty of parking, free parking everywhere. So there's no problem with parking. Yeah, solve all of our problems. Everything that bugs you, gone. Abortions are practically nil because all the women feel prosperous, free, and secure. Okay? You understand all the perks, all the benefits, all the pros, how few cons are, but I'm a radical, bleeding heart liberal. I resent the implication. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe it's not such a bad thing. I know I'm a good American egalitarian. I know I'm a conservative, fiscal conservative because I want your taxes lower. I want your cost of living lower. It's one and the same. Okay? Walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. If you got to pay it, you got to pay it, or else something bad's going to happen. You're coerced into paying it. And then you cut out the social welfare industry, too. A lot of taxes are paid to employ people that work within that industry. Why should we? Why shouldn't everybody be a volunteer status? I mean, if they're really good workers and they're doing it for free, let's everybody volunteer. That's the world we would have, basically, because we've got that instinct to serve, okay, and not to sit around being lazy, self-serving, hedonist piss ants. That gets very boring and tired. Have you ever tried it? Most people would go stark raving mad. If they've held down a 9-to-5 job for 20, 30 years, they wouldn't know what to do with themselves. And a lot of people, they're very miserable after retirement. In fact, a lot of them will die shortly after retirement because they're dying of boredom. People need stuff to do. I'm definitely driven. Every day I want to improve something in my life. All the time. This is what spurs me to be innovative. I've got to do something creative and inventive that improves my lot in some little way just to live with myself. Psychologically, we have a great need to make our lot better. Okay, that's it. It's very, very... So we can live together if we're all rich, having nothing to do with money again. We can wean ourselves off it completely. God will give us the wherewithal. They say health is wealth. And it's a cute little saying. But I would actually agree to that to some degree. So the whole business about longevity, living a long time, should be understood in the context of one day at a time. where you've got to enjoy your life today. So you've got to take care of your body, and this diet involves diet. Now listen, I'm not really a hypocrite, but I don't adhere to a perfect diet myself. I like some junk food, and so you've got to compensate for that somehow. But the main thing is that you're not in pain, you're enjoying your life, and that leads to longevity. I saw Eddie Murphy on CBS Sunday Morning this last week, and he said that he prays all the time. And I thought to myself, I could be friends with Eddie Murphy. That's a pretty classy guy that admits that his need for prayer and God in his life.